We are Man vs. Meeple, and for July 31st through August 13th, this is What's Next.
Welcome back to What's Next, the bi-weekly show where David and I will walk you through all the games coming out to your friendly local gaming store. We're on the eve of Gen Con 50, the 50th anniversary of Gen Con. A ton of games. I think there's 17 pages right now on BGG of new games that are going to be either shown or for sale. And we have a list of some that are coming out in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, just before.
In the next couple.
So why don't you start off with number 5?
Yeah, number 5 this week is Klondike Rush. This is a 2 to 5 player stock trading game from Red Raven and Ryan Lockett. It is a stock trading game, but it has nothing to do with trains or railroads.
Good.
This is, yeah, exactly, right? This is a Gold Rush themed stock trading game. So there's 4 different stocks. It follows similar tracks to a lot of those style of games. Each round there's going to be a bidding round where someone collects a stock, and then you're manipulating the board, basically building mining camps. And for every colored mining camp you build, it's going to increase the value of that stock. You also have this card that allows you to, at any time during the game, you can use this profit card to cash in all of the stocks you have at that time. So basically, you want to hold off to do that as long as you can, but if you're in a pinch for cash, you can always do that, but you can only do it once during the entire game. The other thing that's cool is during a certain point each round, all the players, no matter whether it's their turn or not, can take any number of free actions to trade in these little tokens that you're taking off the board throughout the game to get a little bit of cash to keep things going.
Okay. I have number 4. This is called Master of Orion. It came out either 1 or 2 years ago at Essen. Never saw its way to the States.
No.
It's finally coming out from Cryptozoic. It is a 2 to 4 player game. It takes about 60 minutes to play. Very, very popular PC title.
Oh yeah,
so,
I played this back in the day.
Yeah, I think I did too. So it is a hand management style game that each player will start with a variable player power, which represents a particular alien race. Those races are going to be managing 3 different types of resources. You have food, your fleet, and then your ability to produce. But on these 3 tracks, you have activities that you can do or actions that you can take depending upon which of those resources is further up. Some of them will help your morale and give you more actions. Some of them will hurt your morale and take those actions away. All the while you're trying to build star systems. And in these star systems, which are columns of cards, you can have 5 in each of 4 different star systems that give you unique abilities and combo off of each other to give you victory points at the end of the game. A very satisfying hand management and tableau building game.
Yeah, it's cool. I haven't played it like you said, but I've heard that this is kind of a very streamlined experience like a 4X, but not the full-blown 4X type of meat.
Absolutely. Fantastic game. Number 3.
Number 3, this is Flamme Rouge from Stronghold Games now. They're bringing it out here to the States. This came out last year at Essen. We had a chance to play it then and did a review back then too.
Yeah.
This is a bicycle racing game, as you know. We love this game because the theme in a racing game comes out more than any other racing game I've ever played. Especially at 4 players. You have so many bikes out there and you have that real pack mentality where you're like shifting, drafting.
Yeah.
Especially if you play with the slightly advanced rules, which I would recommend, where you have hills, where you're using these cards. You basically have a sprinter and a roulette, as they call it. 2 different styles of biker, and each with their own types of cards. And you're playing these cards and burning them, basically moving certain number of spaces forward. And it all comes down to, do you want to save up your big cards for that last blast at the end? Or do you want to get a big lead and hope you can maintain it and use your other guys to manipulate the board? It's a really good racing game.
If a biking game sounds very non-interesting to you, we can guarantee you that you'll have fun with this game. It is a great game. We've played it multiple times, loved it, did a review on it.
Yeah, look up our review, look up anyone's review. This thing is loved by most people.
Very surprising, but very, very good. Number 2 is Champions of Midgard. This is the 2 expansions coming out. It's called The Dark Mountains, and then you have Valhalla. These are 2 very separate expansions, but they both work together with the base game. You can play them separately or together.
And they change it up pretty significantly.
Very much so. The Dark Mountains, you'll be combating mountain giants, but also those mountain giants have been locked in combat for centuries with the archers. And once you defeat them, you'll gain green dice that do a couple different things. They have a lot of hits on them, so they're great to collect, but they also are really good at hunting. So if you need food to journey south and fight some of the monsters, those are the warriors you want to get. Valhalla is completely different. This adds Shield Maidens, which are a yellow die, and they also add Berserkers, which are a pink die, and they all have their own unique abilities in them. But the big twist and hook in this game is that your dice, when they die, and they're going to be dying a lot in Champions of Midgard, you're going to be collecting tokens for the type of dice that you lose, and they go into your sideboard. These tokens can be contributed to Valhalla.
Yeah, very cool.
And you can do one of two things. You can either get blessings from the Valkyries, or you can also defeat epic monsters to get victory points at the end.
And it brings out hints of Blood Rage a little bit, using that Valhalla so that the downside of combat can be an upside eventually.
Yeah.
I love that in games.
Great game. You have number 1.
Number 1, we just recently reviewed this not too long ago. Fantasy Realms, this is from WizKids.
So good.
This game defies description. It doesn't really fall into any sort of given bucket, but it's a card game.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But there's like 53 different cards in this thing.
Yeah.
11 suits, something like that. You're collecting the best hand of 7 cards that you can by the end of the game. This is a fantasy theme, so you're collecting all sorts of different things. And as you read the cards, you're going to see what we mean. You know, one card might say you're going to get 5 points for every one of other army you have.
Yeah.
But then you might have another card with a lot of points that says lose 3 points for every army you have. So you're basically adjusting your hand as you play, and the countdown timer are all of the cards that have been discarded, which is really cool. It has that sort of intense feeling of, okay, on your turn you're just going to draw a card and discard a card. As soon as 10 cards have been discarded, the game's over. The game ends. So you want to try to build that hand and control that as much as you can. Of course, you can draw from the discard cards to keep the game in check, but excellent game. It really plays fast, 20, 30 minutes tops.
Yeah, and you'll notice on here it says 3 to 6 players. I've had the opportunity to play this as a 2-player because there's a variant in the box, and it is a fantastic 2-player game as well. There's some subtle differences in the way that you handle the cards that you're drafting, but it plays in the exact same way. So great game.
Yeah.
We have no friendly local gaming store this week, but we do have 2 questions that we want to answer for the viewers.
Yep, a couple questions from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you have the first question?
Yeah, first one is from Tim Smith, and he asked, does Valletta, this is a game that was on our list a few weeks ago, does Valletta have a game, the same graphic designer and artist as Lorenzo Il Magnifico? A lot of people might know this because it's a very famous artist, Clemens Franz, who does all the art. We can't confirm 100% if he does all the graphic design, but I do believe he does a lot of the graphic design on the games he works on.
Yeah, and if you aren't familiar with his work, if you guys are fans of Euro-style games, Uwe Rosenberg does a whole line of games with him. He has Caverna and Agricola and Le Havre and all those style games that are done by him. I love his style of art. It's very Euro-y.
Well, it is. His artwork, because he's done on so many prolific games, his artwork is sort of synonymous with, oh, that's a Euro we need to try.
Yeah, you can look at it at a game box and say, that's Clemens Franz almost immediately. The second question comes from Evgeny Dimitrov, and this is a hockey name.
Yes,
I love the name. It says, my question would be, if you will make some top 10 lists like the top 10 family games or games for non-gamers, for example. Also, you promise that you will make your top 5 games that you did not like. So let me answer the first question first. Yes, we have top 10 lists coming. Right behind you guys, there's a brand new set that we're building. This is for a variety of different programming.
Including some top 10s.
Including top 10 lists. We have a whole slew of ideas that we want to bring to you guys, and this is why we're building this set. So yes, they are coming. To answer your second question, the top 5 games we dislike. David and I have very different approaches on how we feel we should talk openly about games that we dislike. Yes, there is room to do a top 5 list, but we don't want to go into it knowing that we're going to bash games.
I think the trick is we'll approach anything like that, particularly when we're talking about games that one or the two of us don't like, acknowledging that there's lots of people who do, and that they're really not just for us. With that said, we probably won't spend too much time on lists of games that we just feel aren't good, quantifiably, by anyone. You know, because there are a lot of games being made. Some are really good, some are not. And there's just so much time in the day. We don't want to cover a lot of those, but we probably would focus on a lot of games that a lot of people might like a lot, that we might not for whatever reason.
We just couldn't find the reason why people enjoyed them in the first place. So yes, those lists are coming. Just give us some time. The set is almost done. We should have it done in time for Gen Con. So shortly after Gen Con, you're going to be seeing a whole list of new games as well as new content from us. Check us out in a couple weeks. We're going to be at Gen Con. Come by, say hi to us.
Visit, and we'll have another episode of What's Next shortly after that.
And ask questions too. If there's a game that you want to see us review from Gen Con, by all means ask us. Follow us on Facebook, like us on Twitter. If I said that backwards, which I probably did, reverse it. And we will catch you guys next time.
Bye-bye.